I just do not understand airport security anymore. Last week, I saw a guy crying at the checkpoint because they threw his expensive camera batteries straight into a bin. They were not weapons. They were just batteries. Who is a battery going to hurt?
That guy was a victim of the Federal Aviation Administration's strict 100-watt-hour rule, and they enforce it without mercy. Look, a lithium battery is not just a power source. When damaged, it is a chemical fire waiting to happen. The FAA knows that if a battery enters a state called thermal runaway, it can reach temperatures over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit in seconds. If that happens in the pressurized cargo hold, the fire suppression system might not be enough to save the aircraft. That is why loose lithium batteries, power banks, and camera batteries are strictly prohibited in checked luggage. They must stay in the cabin, where flight attendants can access them with specialized fire containment bags if they start smoking.
Okay, but you said he was at the checkpoint. That means he was trying to bring them into the cabin, which you just said is the rule. Why did they still confiscate them?
Because of the labeling. This is the secret trap that catches thousands of travelers every year. The Transportation Security Administration requires that every single battery clearly shows its capacity rating printed on the outside. It must be under 100 watt-hours. If your power bank has spent 3 years tumbling around in your backpack and the capacity label has rubbed off, scratched away, or faded, the TSA officer is legally required to assume it exceeds the legal limit. They will not plug it in to check. They will just take it, period. You also need to watch out for swollen batteries. If your laptop or power bank shows even the slightest bulge or any exposed wiring, they will flag it as an immediate explosive risk and seize it. Knowing this saves your gear, but the next trap is actually hiding in your carry-on suitcase itself.
Let me guess. This has to do with those high-tech smart suitcases with the USB ports built right into the handle so you can charge your phone while you wait at the gate? Are you telling me airlines ban the luggage they literally sell at the airport boutiques?
Exactly. Around 2018, major U.S. airlines implemented a massive ban on smart luggage in the cargo hold for the exact same thermal runaway fire risk we just talked about. If you arrive at the gate and the flight is full, the gate agent will demand you check your carry-on bag. If you have a smart suitcase, they will ask you to remove the lithium battery before putting the bag into the hold.
But what if the battery is sewn into the lining and cannot be removed? What are you supposed to do at the gate?
You lose the bag. Or you miss the flight. The Department of Transportation rules states that a smart bag with a non-removable battery is strictly forbidden in the cargo hold. If you cannot detach that battery quickly and carry it onto the plane with you, the baggage handlers are legally prohibited from loading your suitcase. Thousands of passengers have had to abandon expensive, newly purchased luggage at the boarding gate because manufacturers permanently sealed the battery inside the plastic shell to make it look sleek. Always ensure a smart bag has a quick-release battery compartment. But while batteries are an obvious technological risk, most people get caught off guard by what the TSA considers a liquid.
Oh, wait, I know this one. The 3.4-ounce rule. 100 milliliters. But I'm always so careful. I make sure my shampoo bottle only has a tiny drop left at the bottom, way less than 3 ounces. And they still throw it away. Why do they care about an almost empty bottle?
Because the screening machine does not measure what is inside the bottle. It scans the absolute capacity of the container itself. If you bring a 10-ounce bottle of lotion, but there is only 1 ounce of lotion left inside, the TSA officer is trained to read the label. The label says 10 ounces. Therefore, it is a 10-ounce item, and into the trash it goes. You cannot negotiate physical volume based on what is missing. The container capacity dictates the ruling.
Okay, I can accept that for shampoo. but I have seen them confiscate snacks. A woman ahead of me had a sealed jar of fancy organic peanut butter taken. Peanut butter is not a liquid. It is a solid food.
To the TSA, peanut butter is absolutely a liquid. Their scientific baseline is very simple. If you can spill it, spread it, spray it, pump it, or pour it, it falls under the liquid and gel restriction. Peanut butter, cream cheese, brie, yogurt-based dips, and hummus all mold to the shape of their container. Because they possess a paste-like viscosity, they are treated identically to water or explosive gels. It does not matter if it is an artisan spread you bought for $30 at a local market. If it exceeds 100 milliliters, it requires a check bag. The same goes for snow globes, by the way. A snow globe's core is dense liquid. If the globe is larger than a tennis ball, it is getting confiscated. But speaking of heavy, dense items, wait until you hear how they classify the things hanging right off your car keys.
My keys? I always just toss my keys into the gray bin. What could possibly be illegal about standard house keys?
The keys themselves are fine. The accessories attached to them are what trigger massive security delays and even law enforcement intervention. Many people carry self-defense keychains, like Kubotans, cat-eye spikes, or miniature tactical batons. In your home state, these might be perfectly legal to carry in your purse or pocket. But the moment you step into the federal jurisdiction of an airport security checkpoint, those items are classified as prohibited weapons. The TSA does not care about your local concealed carry laws or self-defense rights. They will seize a Kubotan immediately.
I actually have a tiny multi-tool on my keychain. It has a tiny blade, maybe an inch long, for opening Amazon boxes. Does that count?
Yes, and it will be taken. There is a zero-tolerance policy for any bladed tools in the cabin, regardless of length. Antique souvenir knives, micro box cutters, and hidden credit card knives will all result in an instant secondary screening and confiscation. The only slight exception involves scissors, but even that is highly specific. The TSA allows scissors, but only if the blades are shorter than 4 inches, measured specifically from the pivot point to the tip. If it measures 4.1 inches, it is gone. If you have standard tools like wrenches, screwdrivers, or pliers, they are banned entirely if they exceed 7 inches in total length. If a scanner detects a high-density metal blob, the agents have to manually rip apart your carefully packed bag to find it. And if you think a lost tool is bad, wait until you encounter Customs and Border Protection on the way home, where a simple snack can result in a devastating fine.
Customs? They always scare me. Last time returning from Europe, they asked if I had visited a farm. Why do they care about farms? Or the half-eaten apple in my backpack?
Because of agricultural protection laws. When you enter a country, you cross ecological borders. That half-eaten apple you grab from the hotel breakfast buffet in Paris is arguably the most dangerous thing in your bag, economically speaking. The Department of Agriculture and Customs authorities are terrified of invasive pests, diseases, and foreign soil pathogens that could decimate domestic crops. A single piece of prohibited fruit can harbor fruit flies that could cause billions of dollars in damage to local agriculture. If the beagle sniffs out that apple in your bag and you failed to declare it on your form, you will not just lose the apple. You can be fined upwards of $500 on the spot for an undeclared agricultural violation. This applies to seeds, raw nuts, fresh vegetables, and certain cured meats. Never, ever cross an international border with undeclared organic material in your bag.